Linda Hughes, Nicholas Green.
Come on.
You guys can go ahead and move forward, move to the stage. We're going to move forward to the next part of our program. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce both of them. They're Craven County NAACP Youth Directors. They're going to present the honorees, the awards for Woman of the Year, Black Girls Rock 2016. Come on forward. I turn it over to you. Luana.
Before we move on, can we just give Judge Morgan another round of applause? Thank you. And just from me, since I'm up here, I challenge you, when you win that election, that you come back to New Bern and speak to my 8th grade North Carolina history class at H.J. McDonald. We call forward tonight to honor some recipients of awards from earlier in the year. As we know, the work of the NAACP does not end here at this banquet. It goes on throughout the year. We have celebrations throughout the year for different events. So at this time, we'd like our Woman of the Year, our Queen, Reverend Esther Cannon, to stand and present for everyone. Give everybody a wave, let everybody know who you are.
In May of 2016, we had a Eastern North Carolina Black Girls Rock. It was the second annual one, and we recognized 22 nominees from different counties, from middle school to high school, that were doing, women of color that were doing excellent things in their communities and in their schools. And we had 22 nominees, and we had just a hard time because they were all excellent. But we were able to recognize, we have some here tonight that we just want to recognize they did an outstanding job, and they were nominees and the recipients of the 2016 Black Girls Rock. I would like to Mina Spahorn, which is all the way up here doing the history. She was a winner of the 2016 high school recipient. And then we have one here tonight, and she was the middle school recipient. Her name is Samaria Evans. Samaria Evans, please. And just to give you a heads up, we plan to do Black Boys Rock. So we thank you.
For the next part of our program, we have Sandra Wheeler. You can start making your way forward as well. Community Service Awards. There you go. Not a long distance for you at all. Community Service Awards are going out honoring the Newburgh Police Department, the work they do helping Craven County in Eastern Carolina. I turn the floor over to you. Thank
By its very nature, community policing is a philosophy. Community policing is a philosophy, and I'm going to quote the U.S. Department of Justice. It promotes organizational strategies which support the systemic use of partnerships and problem-solving techniques to proactively address the immediate conditions that give rise to public safety issues such as crime, social disorder, and fear of crime. I think I've just described the Newburgh Police Department. The Newburgh Department is an exemplary model of community policing codes. The department consistently reaches out to community, neighborhood watch groups, community organizations, businesses, business associations, faith groups, and individual citizens of New Bern to work toward the common goal of awareness and safety in the community at large. The department does this as a routine matter of course with their deployment of officers on bicycles, on foot, through neighborhoods, in the downtown area, and even on motorcycles as well as the patrol cars. They make great conversation pieces for a group of young boys and girls who might not otherwise approach an officer out of fear. The department holds several annual events aimed at getting to know New Bern's citizenry better. And they are willing partners in any community event that calls for showing off the canine horse, or simply letting the children see how the lights and sirens work. The strategy of community policing is a wake-up call for us as the citizens of New Bern. That's you and me, folks. We have an equal role in protecting and serving our community by being alert to conditions that we think are suspicious, by being diligent in how we record the details of this behavior, and by reporting these to the police, assisting when asked by the police in investigating crimes, not remaining silent out of fear of retribution, but realizing that the better choice is to be informed and to be consistent as a witness and to cooperate with the police when they ask us for help in doing their job to protect us. Have I piqued your interest in getting to know the New Bern Police Department any better? Okay, here's a challenge for you. The department offers a wonderful participatory training program called the Citizen Volunteers, and they welcome applicants who are willing to commit to the course. So please consider signing up for that. Our very own NAACP local president, Marshall Williams, graduated from the very first class, along with several other of you in here. And I was honored to have taken it not once, but twice, the last being under the current chief. This academy lasts about 10 weeks. It meets typically on Thursdays from 6 until 9. It provides an opportunity for interested participants to learn about the department's daily routine, go through operations, gain an informed perspective, and share community concerns. The planned activities encourage open communication, which helps to build a strong citizen-police partnership. And partnership is what it's all about. Everyone benefits from this partnership as we work together to share the responsibility of public safety. You can get an application at the mall police station, mall office, or you can go online and go to the police department on the city website and download the application. National Night Out is another example of how different the New Bern Police Department is. Every year they win an award for their effort, in fact. We're an agency here who takes National Night Out into the community. Others hold events at single locations, typically requiring the community to go to the agency. Look for their lights and sirens and the camaraderie on the first Tuesday of every August. You can bet they'll be there with the lights and sirens playing. Another of my favorite programs is the intentional mentoring by the police of our youth, particularly at-risk youth, through programs such as the Police Athletic League, PAL, that now are open for registration. So go again to the website and check that and get it for your grandchildren or your children. Or I think that Detective Hollowell is here. Yeah, so see Detective Hollowell and he can tell you all about it. Now, without further ado, please allow me to introduce you to Chief Toussaint Summers, who will be accepting the award on behalf of our New Bern Police Department.
Thank you. I know the members of the New Bern Police Department say, "Oh, why did you hand him the mic?" But first, I want to thank the Craven County NAACP for this honor. Community Engagement Award. There's a lot of moving parts in order to engage the community. It starts with a mayor and a board of aldermen that are supportive. It starts with the men and women of the New Bern Police Department. I want to have them stand, and I don't just want the sworn or the civilian folks to stand, I want their spouses and everyone to stand, because it takes us all, volunteers, our chaplains, our retirees, all. Would you please stand right now? Tonight, and we're here because the community means so much. And when you talk about engagement, I know if it's a man and a wife getting married, you talk about engagement, it takes how many? At least two, right? Before I go too much further, Judge, awesome. Please forgive me for when he got into one point, I said, okay, he's going to do his hoop down. And then I said, I'm going to call the clergy department up front, and we're going to ordain them tonight. back on script now, back on script. But again, it takes two. And the police department is honored to work in partnership with our community. So, police department, let's give our community a hand. Because without you, community, we couldn't actually have any type of engagement. And then finally, there was one other point that I wanted to make that somewhat slip in my mind, but I hope it'll come back real quick and I'll sit down because I know you're going to move on. Finally, I just want to thank you all for everything. And I'm from Washington, D.C. area, but I'm learning to say all y'all. I'm about there. And I couldn't have wrote the little words that Sandy said. I wish I had wrote those words, because that's really truly what community policing is all about. She talked about foot patrols, she talked about bikes, she talked about motorcycles, and mayor and board of aldermen. She was getting ready to talk about mounted police. Come on, you want to see the horses? Mounted police. But again, thank you all. I appreciate it.
Service Award 2016 in appreciation of New Bern Police Department to recognize those who work consistently to increase our cooperation, understanding, and awareness of community needs. Thank you for serving in our community.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, the 50/50 fundraiser for the NAACP is well over $500, which means someone is going home with at least half of that, but we're still raising it. So if anyone would like 50/50 tickets, I'm still coming around and we're counting the pot. Thank you and continue to enjoy your evening.
All right, so that was really good. You haven't picked up your ticket. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and get one. Another round of applause for the men and women in blue of the New Bern Police Department. We appreciate all that you do for us. And also want to recognize that we have people serving the community outside the uniform as well. These are the folks who will receive the humanitarian award. Audrey, if you'll go ahead and come on up. She's going to present that part of the program for us.